For generations, Kano has continued to be the Nigeria center of commerce and the second most industrialized city after Lagos. Welcome. This is Kano in Focus. My name is Idris Jubrin, and on the program today, we are going to take a look at commercial activities in Kano State. On assumption to office, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf made a pledge to restructure, reevaluate, and turn the fortune of the state's economic and commercial activities. Now, on the program today, I sat down with the State Commissioner of Commerce and Industry, and I started by asking him how he met the ministry upon arrival.
As a Commissioner Investment, Commerce and Industry in Kano State, I've seen a lot of changes in the way things are going. First, the ministry was changed before. It was called Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Cooperatives. Yes. So, by coming into power, His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, the Executive Governor of Kano State, amend the ministry and bring in the investment into the Ministry of Commerce because there is a need of synergy. Yes. So that our work, business activities, commercial activities, industries and investments, they go hand in hand. And this gives us an opportunity to see beyond our own domain. We have to look outward and see how can we attract direct and indirect foreign investment. Also, how can we attract direct and indirect local investment? And this will give us an opportunity to grow economically as a state. When I came in as a commissioner, I met the ministry in this area. We have a lot of companies that make the ministry, various departments. So what I have seen was there is no direction. There's no record keeping, no data, nothing to lay hand on. Just business as usual. So, in as much as we want the state economic activities, the state business activities to propel to the national or international standard, you have to change the way of doing things. You have to do not as ordinary. Formerly, Lagos State was far behind Kano, but now it's far above Kano. Why? Because they are doing things right. So ours, it has to change the way of doing things, and we have to do things right. So as our potential is beyond Lagos. As somebody made mention, that Kano is the center of gravity as far as business activities is concerned, not only in Nigeria, but in the whole West African sub-region. As such, then I look at the ministry as a whole. What are we doing not right? That depends the development of the ministry. First and foremost, I say yes, we don't have data. We have to get data. We have to know who are the players in the market. We have to know who are the champions of industries. We have to know who are doing business activities in Kano, both formal and informal sectors. When we capture that data, those informal, they were already informal. And those who are informal, we have to formalize them to be in the formal system so that we get they get the benefit of their business, and also government believe in what they are doing and we know what they are doing. And as such, we seek the clearance and blessing of His Excellency, and he give us go ahead to do the business census, and we are doing it now. in spite of some challenges that we came across, yet we are recording success. People are believing in it, are understanding it, and they believe it's for their betterment. Only through business sensors that will have data, and that data we can take it to any investors forum, be it in UK, be it in US, be it in Europe, be it in Middle East, be it in Asia, to showcase what we have on the ground, to showcase our potentialities, to showcase what we can do as a state, as an entity, as far as business is concerned. And I believe we will get people who are interested in what we are doing, and they will come and invest in our state. Also, when I came in, I asked about the commercial policy and industry of Kano State. When I got it, it's one old written book. It was updated 40 years back, since 1983, when it was reviewed last. There I wrote to His Excellency that we need to review that, because the whole context was obsolete. And he gave us go ahead. He gave us mandate to review it. And we invited all the stakeholders in the commerce and industry in Kano State. And they came in, they sat in our conference room. They have made deliberations. First, we sent them the copy of the old policy. They reviewed it. After 2 weeks, we converged them. Everyone came in with his own submissions. And we discuss, we make observations, plus and minus. Now we are compiling the policies. And after we compile the policy, we send it to the necessary quarters for blessing and possibly updation as our new commercial and industrial policy in the state. That will pave way to do things rightly. And by the time we reach certain level, certainly you will see we will rewrite the history of this ministry. My second day in the office, I came across an Indian who was based in Middle East. Formerly, he had business in Kano. Later, he shifted base to Lagos. By chance, we invited him to come because he had a relationship with a friend of mine. So I used that personal contact to bring him in my second day in the office. He was in where you were seated, and we discussed with him, and he agreed to open an agro-allies processing industry in Kano, which he will base his production on 3 agricultural produce that are the main. There will be other subsidiaries products, but the main line is sesame seed, hibiscus, and ginger. That's where he's going to base his processing industry. Also, he's going backward integration to assess at least that one will consume at hundreds and thousands of farmers. He will come and see your farm, how many hectares. He'll give you the seedling, he'll give you the fertilizer, the anti-pesticide and herbicide, and his boys will supervise the production of any of these 3 products that you agree to collaborate with his company. So that seed will yield more than what ordinary seed we have. And with all the insecticides, pesticide, herbicide, and what have you, and the fertilizer that are going to be added, and the fertilizer should be organic.
Organic, yes.
Fertilizer, organic farming. So the yield will multiply in multiples. If before you are having, let's say, 10 bags in your farmland, when you use his own method of farming, you get about 50 to 70 bags of.
Just like what Wakot is doing in Jigawa.
Yes. So as such, there will be more value addition to our people, the peasant farmers. They will get more results to their own labor. They will get more money, as per what they have, and he will get more raw materials to propel his industry. And he has his existing market in the Middle East, where we will earn what? Foreign exchange. That's what Nigeria is calling for. So this and many other things that we are doing, it's not like we just build a shop here, or no, it's beyond that. We are trying to overhaul the whole system, the whole scenario, and bring what? A new business idea in the whole of Kano. And what we have been discussing last time, again, there was another person that I discussed with, and the association of Doano, the Grand Market Traders Association, they came in here with their consultant. We discussed. They were talking to me about they want to go into processing of the agro-base. I laugh at them. I called one of the regional managers in Kano, of one of the commercial banks. We discussed with him, with an Indian too, who is based in, another Indian, who is based in Middle East too. We discussed about the creation of at least 10 industries. 10 industries. All are agro-based, which 99% of the input of that industry will be locally sourced here in Kano.
Yes.
And some will be consumed locally, and some will be consumed outside the country.
Exactly.
Among the products, there is that of sesame seed, there is that of hibiscus, there is that of ginger, there is that of onion powder. Onion powder is very, very lucrative across the globe.
Exactly.
What we are doing, cannot even the noodles companies here, we don't have even any company that process an onion powder. They are always importing onion powder,
yes.
And we are producing onion. So to process the onion and make the powder that will attract local and international markets. This mango that we always is being wasted during the harvesting period of the mango, so that we will do that of orange, biscuits, and many other things that are consumables.
Yes.
Which will be attracted locally, and some will be attracted internationally. So it will. When I inform them this is what we are going to do, then the consultant
just realized.
I say, Mr. Commissioner, you have done it all for us.
Exactly.
I called the manager. I asked him when the guy is coming. He said he's coming this month, October, and God's willing, he will board the proposals. We get the machineries. Where to get the machineries, the expertise, the funds.
Yes.
So we are just looking for a serious-minded investor.
Exactly.
And this serious-minded investor of this 10 industries that we are going to launch it, perhaps maybe in the beginning of next year, I believe will be all Kano State citizens among our entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So that we have something local and we put it into the international standard.
Exactly.
This is what we are doing as per the issue of industry and commercial activities. If you look at that place,
Yes.
untapped solid minerals in Kano State, opportunities for investors.
Exactly.
We have about 15 outlined or 16 outlined different mineral resources that we have it in abundance here in Kano. We are making discussions with various investors, and His Excellency give me a go ahead to go and discuss as far as we can go. When we reach a logical conclusion, then I will reply it back to His Excellency for his final approval. Then we'll start harnessing the resource. So in that aspect, we have gone far. When you look at the issue of cooperatives, yes, we are making a lot of tremendous development. In fact, we are talking and making discussions seriously with two different investors that we wanted to return the then cooperative stores. The then cooperative stores.
Yes.
Even this morning, I discussed with one of our, she was a former commissioner in Kano, and she's a lecturer in, I think, Bayero University, Kano. So we had a meeting at Government House this morning about someone who come invest in women, who are investing in women from Canada. So when we discussed, I told her that yes, I have a very good news for her because she's leading the cooperative society in Bayero University, Kano, and some other higher institution. I say I had a very good news for you, and shortly when we are done with the investors, then we'll make the terms. We'll make a time that we are going to launch the program that the Kano cooperative store is back in the name of our investors. And almost all our sectors, issue of KSIP, Kano State Investment, property, yes, we are working seriously. We have a very good MD who understands the job, and we are working hand in hand together with, and I believe shortly we will start giving profit to the state government as per the activities in that respect. Can Invest is another a company that is under my watch. Their basic activities is to make an enabling environment for investors.
Yes.
And we are working seriously on that because all this investment, there is something that we are programming that I think when we are done with it, Kano, it will be the heaven of investors. And I believe everybody who wanted to invest, we have all the wherewithal to attract people to come and invest, direct or indirect investment in Kano, public-private partnership or private partnership, whatever we can do it, or even direct investment. We have where to make. There's a lot of companies, there's a lot of proposals here. Some we are articulating it. We have to go to the logical conclusion before we forward it to His Excellency for his final blessing. Also, even this Dangote Skill Acquisition Center. Of recently, we are trying to make use of that in Train the Trainers program. In that we wanted to train 2 people from each of the local government, 44 local government, that means 88 people. We want to bring them into Kano, house them, and give them a specified training in garment industry. When we give them that training, within 3 months, they'll go back to their local government. By then, God's willing, we resuscitate all the ailing garment clusters that was vandalized by the previous administration, and we will resuscitate it to come to the fullest functions, so as those guys that we train, as train the trainer, they go and train the locals. And we'll look at it and create businesses for them within the country, outside the country, and here at home. Even that we have a lot of markets for garments. The sporting activities, the jerseys for footballers, for basketballers, for whatever sporting wares across the country, we can market our product there. 1. 2, we can go to the African countries, for the same sport wares.
Yes, and market them.
3, we have children wares, which the turnover of children wears is far high because the wear and tear for children is higher than that of adults. 1. 2, the rate of growth for children. So if he gets a blouse today, 3-4 months, it become no longer a fit for that same person, or a boy or a kid or a girl, so you have to buy another one. So the rate of turnover is higher. So if we channel that market, I think all our clusters will not be enough to feed that market alone,
Exactly.
for Kano or even outside Kano. So we have market for garment productions, and I believe by the time that we fix our garment clusters and we train our people and we go into the production, then a lot of value addition to the local communities, the people that will be employed, the people that will be trained in that direction, will rise to the level of
Now,
that
Honorable Commissioner,
sector.
there are other minor businesses. I know during the former administration of Rabiu Konkoso, a lot of empowerment took place in Kano. Now, I'm talking about people like those women doing gurasa.
I started with that one, then I digress a little, and I didn't come back to when I say about cooperative society.
Exactly.
So I just remember what we are trying to do to bring back the cooperative store.
Yes.
So it's taking my attention. But certainly, when we say the cooperative society, there is a plan. Even now it's in pipeline that each and every local government will make at least 20 new cooperative society clusters.
Yes.
20 new clusters, and each cluster will get at least 20 people. When you say 20 times 20, you are talking about 400. Then that 400, each 20 will have a unique skill. Each out of these 20 clusters, each person in that 20 people per cluster will have a specified skills. In the list here, we have at least 87 different skills. So that's what we will do across the state. From there, then we put on competition among themselves, and we will create a certain, maybe a show per se. And certainly there is a grant and soft loan coming to that area, and after we train them, we give them that soft loan, and we supervise them. We make sure that yes, what we train them is in place, and what they are doing is in place, and they are making a very good use of that resource they got and the talent they got, and I believe it will transform, the economic activities and the economic poaching of the micro level, the grassroots level.
Yes.
And that's what you need to propel the economy at the state level and at national level. We are not overlooking that aspect, and God's willing will make a significant impact in that direction.
Not only Ministry of Commerce, you heard what the commissioner is saying regarding so many developments and the plans that are on pipeline to ensure moving economy in Kano State. Now, I also went to Kano State Investments and Property Limited, which is a company 100% owned by the Kano State government and responsible for managing properties of the state at home and abroad. Now, I sat down with the managing director of the KSIP, Mukhtar Bichi. This is what he's saying.
KSIP is one of the subsidiaries, or I can say one of the MDAs, owned 100% by government of Kano State. And I was appointed by His Excellency on the 19th of July 2023, and I resumed office 25th July 2023. Having resumed into office, I quickly swung into action by calling a management meeting to look and discuss the handover notes I met on ground. There are a lot of challenges and issues that are surmountable, and within 30 days we were able to break through and ensure that we draw the line and started zooming as per the expectation of His Excellency Engineer Abubakar Yusuf. As I resumed office, I met a lot of flowers owned by Kano State Investment and Properties that people are renting at a lower rate, and some people are living in the stores not paying their rent. There was a debt of over 600 million on grounds for uncollected rents, houses sold, unpaid, lands and shops rented out. Payments was not made for 2 or 3 years. I swung into action by calling all the tenants within the supermarket, within the shops, to make sure that all outstanding bills are settled within 30 days, or we revoke the arrangement and collect our property back. And thanks to God, within 30 days, we were able to recover over 50% of the outstanding debt. Closely about over 300 million was recovered within 30 days. We continue to pursue the recovery. As I'm talking to you today, I think most of the outstanding funds that have been laying down outside have been fully recovered. There are cases that we are into litigations with, and we are pursuing the litigation to ensure that things are done properly as per the expectation of His Excellency. We have a separate account fixed that all the income generated from that taxes are being kept in a separate account. From the day it was set up till today, the kobo has not been touched, and I can assure you we have generated over 60 million recovery on that account. And the issue of the buses is on ground. The previous administration has procured about 100 vehicles. Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf is looking at the possibilities of ensuring that those buses are out in a couple of days, or I can say max in the next 3 weeks. They will be on ground to service the students at a lower cost, to service the common man at a lower cost. They will be distributed all over the routes in Kano. This government knows the hardship people are suffering. We're not expected to remove the recycle because they are helping the states, they are helping the citizens, and they are also trying to survive. So you cannot remove somebody from his business, but we want to make sure that the people of Kano get the best in terms of transportations, and that is the vision and what Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf is working towards by involving Kano State Investment and Properties, giving us his decisions, giving us his intentions, and how he wants us to formulate these policies to ensure there is an effective transportation within and outside Kano states. Basically, the plan is for the executive governor, Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, who has people in mind. And he wants to make sure that the people of Kano State are empowered. He wants to make sure that there is good roads. He wants to make sure that there are houses affordable to all the citizens of Kano State. He wants to make sure that the effective transportation is on ground for the people of Kano State. The students are being taken care of. Health aspect is being adequately attended to. No issues at hospitals. And part of all these visions and mission of His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir, some of them are going to be handled at the level of Kano State Investment or Property. And I want to assure you, he's not leaving any stone unturned. KSAFI will be one of the best investment property companies in the northern states. It will be measured among its peers nationally and internationally. And I want to ensure KSAFI will turn around to even be contributing 30% of income generation to the state government. So KSAFI in 8 years will be contributing 30% of the state's revenue and the state's expenditure in terms of profit realizations and ensuring that we contribute to the treasury of Kano State government.
We can keep on going and going and going again, but this is where we're going to drop the curtain of the program, Kano in Focus. And my name is Idris Jibrin. Do join me next week when I will come with another fresh edition of the program. Thanks for watching.